Good morning, welcome to the Allie and Don Show from Breazeale Grocery Bluegrass, located at 5109 Liberty Highway, Pendleton, South Carolina. So if you're ever in the area, stop by and see us.
Yeah, today is May 22nd, 2024. I am the co-host here today, Allison Youngblood, with the main man, Don Acevedo.
Yeah. The weather outside today is going to be hot. Outside right now it's 80. It feels like 80, partly clouded skies, and the high today will reach 85 degrees.
0% chance of rain this afternoon on a beautiful day in the upstate.
Our sponsor for today is Dr. William V. Tomlinson, MD, with the Blue Ridge Radiation Oncology. He is located at 2000 East Greenville Street, Anderson, South Carolina. His phone number there is 864-512-4600, and he's a good friend of mine. I hope nobody ever has to go to that place because that's not a good place, but he'll fix you up if you're dealing with some kind of cancer issues. He's a good guy. Okay, our shout outs go to
Jane, Josh, Heather, Carter, Blaine, Hampton, Hudson, Grant, Sylvia, Heidi, Charlie, Harper, Chris, Avery, Adeline, Abella, and
always loving Mark.
absolutely,
Yeah.
yes.
Here at Breazeale Grocery Bluegrass, we have music lessons all week. We teach fiddle, classical fiddle, mandolin, bass, guitar, banjo, and we have one of our instructors here. He got here this morning early. He's got students all day, Mr. Gary Bell. So if you want to contact Gary, call me, 864-376-1482. I'll give you his contact information.
Mr. Bell is the man.
He's the man.
Yes, he is.
Mr. Bell is the man. And you know, his brother taught here for years. Heck of a nice guy, a good friend of mine. We miss him every day. We teach classical fiddle, mandolin, bass, guitar, banjo, anything with a string on it, we teach. We have the best instructors in the upstate. For more information, call Don, me, at 864-376-1482.
Yep, so we've got some upcoming events.
Yes, ma'am.
You want to talk about those?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
Talk about it.
Okay, so we don't want to forget about the 3rd annual Headin' Home Festival in Swainsboro, Georgia, October 24th, 25th, 26th, and 27th. For more information, you'll want to reach out to Miss Libby at 912-432-5885.
And what's that number again?
912-432-5885.
And what's it again?
912-432-5885.
When I'm watching TV ads, they
Yes.
always say the phone number.
Over and over again. Hey,
Hello, I'm on with Penn Life Insurance. Call us and they say the number 3 times.
I feel like it should be 912-432-LIBBY. Call Libby.
Yeah, call Libby.
Yes.
Okay, Jeff Martin Auctioneers, located at 1618 Auction Drive in Pelzer, South Carolina. They have live and online auctions. If you want more information, contact Blaine Albertson, your sales professional today at 864-556-5384. Again, that's 864-556-5384. Blaine Albertson. They have monthly sales, auctions, vehicles, pickups, boats, motorcycles, RVs, golf cart, about anything with wheels on it. I think they sell it over there, or they auction it over there. And you can contact Blaine Albertson again at 864-556-5384.
Follow us on our social pages,
ma'am.
YouTube, Facebook under Breazeale's Grocery and Bluegrass, and on Instagram, BG Bluegrass.
Yeah. We now have we have pork rinds. I'm almost out of them, but we have pork rinds. We sell $7 a bag, and we have plain, hot, and spicy, salt and vinegar, smoky bacon, and barbecue. And remember our coffee.
Woo-hoo.
It's the best.
It is the best part of the day, coming in and getting this delicious coffee.
Yeah.
Where's it from?
Actually, it's from south of the equator in Africa, and south of the equator in South America is where the beans come from.
Yes.
It's the best grown bean in the country. That's where Johnny gets his from. So remember our coffee. We can ship coffee We have 5 flavors. Banjo blend is a regular, non-flavored. And then we have Fiddle Me Crazy, Mandolin Illa, Bass Dog, Banjo blend. We got all kinds of flavors. Okay, good morning. Here from Breazeale's Grocery Bluegrass. Our guest speaker today is the one and only Allison Youngblood. Okay, Allison, tell us about yourself.
Oh,
From
gosh.
childhood to the present and all that you do, man. She's
Are
got an
you
interesting
serious?
story. Yeah.
We're going to talk childhood to present?
Yeah, I got to know where you came from, you know, all that stuff. You grew up
Okay.
kind of with my daughter,
Yes.
you know, all that stuff.
So I'm going to remember back to my hospital days when I was born. You know.
You remember when you were
Yes.
born?
I was
I don't remember.
born into the Oconee Memorial Hospital in 1978.
Huh.
Just a little bundle of joy.
Yeah,
Yep. To
that was my ex-wife's name, Joy.
Joy. I know.
Yeah.
And your daughter's middle name.
Yeah, yeah.
She is joy to the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So born in Oconee to Mickey Adolin Manley at the time and Jim Manley. And now my mama's name's not that anymore, but those were my parents. And then
Now, wait a minute. How
yes.
come they're not named anymore?
Yeah, so my mama got remarried.
Okay, I
Yeah, I can
got
tell you
yeah,
that story too.
yeah.
You should we talk about that story?
Whatever you want to talk about.
Just kidding. No, we won't. It's fine. It's
Yeah.
not a big deal.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Growing up, I'm from Anderson
Yeah.
and went to Whitehall Elementary and then to McCants Middle. I met your daughter, Heather, at Whitehall Elementary, and she bullied me.
How old were you
She
guys?
bullied me at Whitehall.
Heather bullied somebody?
Yes, she bullied me at Whitehall. And then we became friends. She says it's not true. It's probably not true. I was probably the bully. So we, I can't remember what grade we probably knew each other, but we did become friends in the 5th grade because we had Miss Green, and Miss Green was our 5th grade teacher. And we would play, we were in the front row, our desks were in the front row, and we would create these beautiful charts where we would pretend as if we were checking people in to the doctor's office.
Oh,
And we would highlight it and check them in 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. So that's how we got through the day in 5th grade. I'm not sure what we learned, but we played that every day. That was before cell phones, so we weren't distracted
Yeah.
with the cell phone. We
That's
were
right,
just
that's
distracted with what we were doing. So then 5th grade, we became best friends, and then I went to middle school at McCants Middle School until the 7th grade, and in the 7th grade, my parents moved to Pendleton. So we also transferred to Pendleton schools, and that is a very significant memory in my life because what happened is in the middle of 7th period, I get a call over the intercom that says, Allison Manley, report to the office.
Uh-oh.
Report to the office, and I had never been in trouble. And so I get my things and I head to the office, and I get there and I see my mom and my stepdad and my brother standing there. Now Jason was always in trouble. He was always in trouble.
That's your brother?
That's my brother, and he's 18 months older than me. So I go to the office and I see this, and Mr. Poor, who was the principal at the time, he takes us back into his office, and he sits in his big stately leather chair, and we're over here, and he says, he has a piece of paper in his hand, and he flashes it forward, and he says, we got to return to sender on this letter that went out to let you know that Jason had been missing class, and this return to sender, so we need to know where y'all are living. And so we had moved to Pendleton,
Yeah.
but we were still going to McCants.
Oh.
And so, well, we're living in Pendleton now, and he says, you're going to need to go to your locker and pack everything up, and we're going to need to get you transferred to Pendleton schools.
That day?
That day.
Wow.
That day. So I look at him. He turns around in his chair to do something else at a desk that's behind him, and I say, Mr. Poor, this is not fair. And so he slowly turns back around and he looks me square in the eye and he says, Miss Manley, life is not fair. And I thought, whoo. How do you even, okay. So
Yeah.
I get up and I go down to my locker, load all my things up, and I'm, just big crocodile tears crying because all my friends are there.
Yeah.
It's just not fair. I'm having to
Yeah.
move because the letter got returned because my brother couldn't behave. Like, what in the world? So go to very next morning, show up at Pendleton Junior High School, Miss Malpas's office, get enrolled, and that's where I graduated, Pendleton High School. So then, of course, it was both a blessing and it was not good at first because I did have to find new friends and I was very bitter about it. But ultimately, I did meet my other set of best friends in the Pendleton School District.
Yeah.
Greatest teachers on earth, wonderful atmosphere.
So when you went to Pendleton, were you in contact with Heather?
Yes.
This time? Full
We
time?
we still stayed in contact. In fact, we probably talked on the phone every day then. We would go, I would come and get her and see her off to her proms, and she'd come see me off to mine, and then we would go on double dates and different things with people. So yeah, we stayed in contact during that time, for sure.
Cool.
So that was middle school and high school. Let's see, what else have I?
Did you go to college?
I did. So went to the University of South Carolina, and then met Chris, my husband, the summer after my sophomore year, and then moved back to Anderson, and then finished at the University of South Carolina, Spartanburg. So I drove back and forth to there to finish up. But
What is your degree in?
so undergrad is in communications and journalism, and
yeah.
then
That's why you do what you do.
yeah,
You're good
that's
at
why
it.
we have so fun at this.
Yeah.
This is like a dream come true.
Yeah.
I've missed y'all. I was missing for how long? How long was I MIA?
2 shows.
2 whole shows. I was on assignment, and so I missed y'all.
Yeah, we missed you. Yeah.
So and then the master's in public administration. So I went back later
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
my master's. And now I'm like, what else? I need to go back for some more school soon. I like
Right.
school. I don't know.
Well,
What
I
for?
like school. I would like to go back and get my doctorate. I got a master's.
Yes.
Work on my doctorate. And
Yes.
what? I have no clue. But I love
School. Me
I
too.
love school and learning.
Yes.
I love that. I went back to college when I was 36 or something.
What's your master's in?
Vocational training
Okay. And then your undergrad is?
is in secondary ed,
Okay.
L&IT and languages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you taught school.
Yeah, I taught Teal Hannah.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Teacher.
Spanish. So how was that?
I had 132 kids a day. Yeah. So,
Did they act like Jason?
No, you know what I would do is my first 4 days, 5 days of class,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't talk any English.
Oh, yeah.
I'd write on the board in
Yes.
Spanish.
Uh-huh.
And I'd turn around and they'd say, "Oh, sir." I said, "No hablo inglés, señor."
Mm-hmm.
But what happens with that is all the bad kids,
Yeah.
they drop out.
They drop out early.
Yeah, they drop out early.
Ooh, there's a strategy.
Yeah, and I kept all the good people.
Yes.
Worked.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
what did they go do? We don't know. Maybe took a
They just dropped and went took a
home ec class?
Yeah, maybe a home ec.
I'm kidding. I
Yeah.
loved my home ec classes.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I did.
Yeah. So how long were you a school teacher?
23 years.
Really?
Yeah.
23 years.
Yeah.
And you retired from an education? And you always taught at Teal Hannah?
No, I went from Teal Hannah to the McDuffie. Just that first year, they turned it into a vocational school.
Uh-huh.
I taught construction technology there. I had 6 or 7 kids a day.
That was better.
Oh man,
Yeah.
we'd get
Y'all
in the
had
car
big
and
time.
go to eat breakfast,
Oh, yes.
go to the airport. I
Uh-huh.
did plane rides.
Oh,
I'll tell you this real quick because I don't want to step on your time.
No.
But one day I had like 5 kids. Yeah, in a small class. So I said, come early in the morning, 7 o'clock, be here behind the shop, bring at least $25 with you. What are we going to do? Just be here. So I met them all there, and I said, follow me. They followed me to the airport. I pulled the plane out. We all loaded up the plane. We went to Charleston, I think it was.
What?
Yeah, and then we had lunch and stuff. And then we flew from there to Myrtle Beach, just show them from the air.
Yes.
And flew back, put the plane up. The kids were back at their home school by 3:30.
So you didn't need, like, this is like when you had to get all type of parental approval and all of that, you just took them. You kidnapped them.
I kidnapped them. I just took
If
them.
they would have been able to find my iPhone at that time and the parents were to look
Yeah.
and go, where
Yeah.
is Johnny?
Yeah.
Why is Johnny in Charleston?
Yeah.
You would have been in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Big time trouble.
So the next day I told Rick Mascare, he was the director.
Yeah.
Where'd you guys go yesterday? I told him, he back in the shit, man, you could have got us both fired. I said, well, the kids have fun. Something else.
Always remember.
Forever.
If we could do more of that,
Yeah, yeah.
it would change lives.
It would change a bunch of lives.
But we can't because
Get 'em
there's
out
so
of the-
many
get 'em out of
rules.
the norm, you know?
That's right. Show them things,
That's
experience things that they've never seen or experienced before. Change their perspective.
Yeah.
Everything's not little town Anderson.
No, that's right.
So to see those things and to show that there's more. So strive for more. Yeah, that's awesome.
You know, I used to take kids every year, different places. I took a group up to New York City, stayed for about 4 days, 5 days. I think every child, when they get in their teenage years, they need to go to New York City
Yes.
because that's a crossroads of the world.
That's right.
Everything takes place.
Everything
That's a
comes
crossroads.
together.
So I think they need to go there and see what the big city's like.
Yes, I agree with you.
You know, that's an experience. Right
To
there.
learn how to navigate the transportation systems, to check into
Subways,
hotels,
yeah.
the subways, to see the marketing,
Yeah,
the big stores, all of the the branded stores,
yeah.
the restaurants.
Yeah.
They're so different.
Oh yeah,
The
Chinatown.
the trucks, the food trucks.
Yeah. Little guy
all
on
of
the
that.
corner selling the
The
pretzels.
the pretzels and
Yeah.
the fake purses.
Yeah,
The Prada.
yeah.
I bought a Prada when I was in, let's see, college. 2 other friends and I drove to New York. We drove to New York, and there was a vendor who throws his blanket out on the street.
Yeah,
And this first time I'd ever been there, so I was amazed. And he was selling all the name, knockoff brands and
Yeah.
Prada. He had a Prada. So I had that Prada for a long time. And there used to be a song that was, and I'm not even going to be able to remember it, but it would sing about a Prada. And so I'd sing it all the time. But like New York, city of
Yeah.
dreams, everything in New
Yeah.
York ain't always what it seems. If you show from out of town, you might get shook. Yeah, there's plenty of rap.
Sure.
There's plenty of
Yeah.
rap songs about New York. Maybe that's what I should go back to school for.
Rap.
Rap.
No.
No,
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 you're not a rapper.
I'm not a rapper. Maybe I
you're-
could be a gospel singer.
Maybe a gospel singer. So anyway, I lived in New York, and I worked at. Reason I was in New York, I was running from the FBI. Yeah, I was. Florida. My mom called me and she said, "You need to get out of town."
Yeah.
So I was out of town by 5:30 in the morning. I crossed the Georgia state line, heading for New York City.
Okay.
My uncle worked in East River Savings.
Okay.
Right across the street from Wall Street.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
Gave me a job on the 5th floor,
Okay.
and my hair was down to here. So he went and bought me a wig, and I'd roll it up every day and put that wig on and go to work. Because you couldn't work in your back with no hair like that.
No, not then.
Yeah, he gave me the job. And this is where I got inspired to do what I do. Every day I'd put those cards in that machine and run it out and put them in boxes. I could watch the World Trade Center being built right
Oh.
across the street.
Wow. Yes.
I watch those guys riding those beams and all
Yes.
that stuff. So at lunchtime, I would go to the restaurant down there. There'd be architects, engineers eating lunch.
Mm-hmm.
I would talk to them about how that thing was designed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that World Trade Center sways 11 feet this way, 11 feet
I
this
heard
way,
that.
11 feet. But when you get up top, you
You
can't
can't feel it.
Yeah.
That's a lot. 11 feet is,
Each way.
Yeah.
The only way you can tell it is if you go up to the viewfinder. I've been on the roof of both of them. No, just one of them, a bunch of times. There's a viewfinder. You put a quarter in it. If you take that viewfinder and put a quarter in it and put the crosshairs on the Empire State Building,
It moves.
it moves.
Wow.
That's the way you can tell.
That's scary.
Yeah. So I would eat lunch with these guys, and they would tell, and to me that was interesting. That was so cool. I said, so when I left, was able to leave New York, in my mind I said, I'm going to be a builder and developer. Because if these guys can do what they do in New York,
Yes.
I can go back home
And
do
do the same thing.
smaller scale,
Yes.
make a lot of money.
Right.
Which I did.
Yes,
Made
good.
So that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Don't let anybody know that he's running from the FBI.
No, it's over.
It's over.
Yeah,
You're
it's
not
over.
doing that
No,
anymore.
no.
Okay. Just making
No,
sure. Just
it's
making
over.
sure. Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's over.
Well, when I after I met Chris and we had Avery, Adeline, and Abella, then I went to work for a company called Duffield Aquatics. And I was in business with Duffield Aquatics for around 21 years, maybe around 22. Started out small marketing jobs, marketing assistant, and then became the marketing director, and then worked in operations. Ultimately, a vice president and then a partner in the organization. So in 2021, we sold the company, and I decided that I didn't want to be a part of the buyer's company.
Yeah.
So I felt like that, it's time to go do something new.
Yeah.
And so I went out on my own to do some freelance stuff for a little while with the Goal Life, and the Goal Life is still in existence. And what I do is just do some workshops that are related to different skills that people need for leadership and communication and different things. And then while I was doing that, I got a call from United Way to see if I would come fill a position there. So I spent the past 18 months doing some work with United Way, some very important community work, but really wanted to get back out on my own, to have the freedom and flexibility to work on my own business.
Yeah.
So it's a really pivotal time in our lives as a family because first, all of my children are graduating and moving away. So this is Avery, my oldest.
Have they already graduated or are graduating?
Well, so it's multi-layer. So Avery, my oldest, she just graduated from the Medical University of South Carolina with her doctorate in occupational therapy. Yep.
Perfect.
She is right on track. And so she is leaving for Waco, Texas, the weekend in July. So she moves in July, and I'll be taking her out there to get her set up.
That's where she's going to go to school?
That's where she's going to work. She's got her first professional job in Waco, Texas. Yes.
Waco, Texas is where they had those shootings.
Yes. The what's his name? David. Yes. So that's
David
all over,
Koresh.
though. That's all over.
Yeah.
Well, so you know who else is in Waco?
So what is she going to do there?
Who is it? Chip and Joanna Gaines are in Waco with Magnolia, their business. Are you familiar with that? You'll have to look that up. They do a great business in Waco. So she's going to be occupational therapist. She really likes to work with children. So children who have some type of disability and they need to maybe learn how to eat or to walk again or sometimes for the first time.
Yeah.
So she'll work with children to get them the therapy that they need. So she's moving. My middle child just graduated from the College of Charleston. She also is moving. She's National Guard. So she
Wonderful.
commissioned as a second lieutenant and is going to flight school.
No.
Yes, she's going to fly an Apache helicopter.
No.
Yes, that's
Those
what.
are attack helicopters,
Yes, that's what she's going to
Not
do.
just in the front, one in the back, and they have all
Drop
this
bombs.
arsenal. No, they shoot.
They
missiles.
shoot. Okay.
They shoot missiles and have machine guns in the nose. Of that thing, it fires I don't know how many rounds.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna fly.
That's what she's going to school to do. Yes. So she, but at the same time, she's going to be, a civilian, so she'll work, and I think she's going to go into education for a little bit.
Yeah.
But she will be in North Carolina and Alabama for that. So she's going to be all over the place. She's scheduled to get married in December. So we've got a wedding to plan. We get her moved.
Where are we going to the wedding at?
It is going to be in Easley at a place called Charlin Farms.
Okay.
And it's a beautiful place.
That's not far from
Not too far. And then Bella, my youngest, she's a freshman. She's a rising sophomore at the University of South Carolina, and she moves. She's going away all summer to be a camp counselor at a camp called Camp DeSoto in Alabama. But then in January of 2025, she's moving to France.
No.
Yes.
Why France?
It's because she's in the international business program, and so they have a partnership with that school.
Yeah.
So I feel like that this stage in my life that God really just wants me to be available to
Yeah.
my family.
Yeah.
So being, 9 to 5, working for a company, that's really going to be hard to do. But I feel like that, some contract work and doing
Yeah.
my own thing
Yeah.
is going to help me to be able to serve them
Yeah.
and support them. And also Chris, my husband, he's got some changes in his life too that are in his
What
job.
does Chris do?
So he's in electrical sales with Capital Electric.
you told me
You
that,
probably
yeah.
know them through builders.
Yeah, Capital
Okay.
Electric.
They do electrical supplies. So he's got some transitions going on too. So this is what I just did. You're going to love this. I just started an Airbnb business.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
I love it.
And
We can promote that here.
yes, so it's been a lot of fun for me. Last year when we were doing our New Year's resolutions, I don't really like to create a resolution, but I do like to focus on keywords.
Yeah.
So my words were family, travel, host, run, and community. So those are
That's
my
good,
words.
yeah.
And hosting, because I love to host people in my home, but I never really felt like I was ready. I didn't have the space for it. But I said, you know what? Get ready for it. So I started doing things to prepare so that I could bring people into my home and setting up different dinners or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it just turned into an Airbnb. So now I'm really getting to host people.
Good. Yeah, that's a good business.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun too. Yeah, it's a good business. Okay, I think we're about out of time, are we? Are we about out of time?
We should just clear up the bullying thing and let them know what it is, because I'm getting sick.
Oh, so I would like to bring my best friend into this conversation. Best friend, would you come forward? She loves to be on camera. Please come forward and be on camera.
We would fight over hairspray.
Okay, so I wanted to share the story of when we went to Myrtle Beach one year to Surfside and how she bullied me.
Heather bullied you?
I knew this was going to come out. You know, what's done in the dark is made known in the light. So we loved Rave hairspray. We had the teasing comb, and we wanted.
teasing comb.
And I was all the way in Surfside Beach, and the only hairspray we had between the two of us belonged to my best friend. And could you believe that she kept me from my hairspray? I will never forget having to go to dinner with no hairspray in my hair. See what I
That's
mean?
funny.
See what I mean, world? She
That's
bullied
funny.
me.
Yeah, funny.
We made up.
Yeah.
We made up. I appreciate her so much. She truly is. She's like this is kind of a play on words. Our favorite movie is Beaches, and you guys know the Bette Midler song "The Wind Beneath My Wings."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's truly who she is. Yeah.
Okay, folks, I think we're about out of time. Thank you for joining us, and Allie, thank you for that wonderful testimony from you. And I'm sure she got more. It takes several shows to get through the testimony. But
Yep.
Thank you for watching today. Come back and see us next week, Wednesday, same time, same station, 11 to 11:30 on the Allie and Dawn Show. Bye.